Good morning, Fort Pierce. I'm City Commissioner Curtis Johnson Jr. of District 1, City of Fort Pierce. And I'm sitting here with Miriam Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Miriam. How are you?
It's great to be here. I'm well, thank you.
Thank you for being here. We're sitting out at the front of the iconic Means Court Center, which is now the Ink Hub. And we want to bring you a special message this morning about the Facade grant. And I've asked Miriam to join me here to make sure that all is understood about the Facade grant, its intentions, and make sure that you take advantage of this unique opportunity as we look to improve the commercial corridors of Fort Pierce. And so for all of you that have commercial property with businesses on them, we want you to know about this grant. And I've asked Miriam to join me here. And Miriam is brand new in her role. So Miriam, yes. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the role and your title that you have now.
So I'm the Redevelopment Specialist with the City of Fort Pierce.
Okay.
My role is responsible for special projects and coordinating special activities of the Fort Pierce Redevelopment Agency. One of those special projects being the commercial facade grants.
Yeah. So we all sit on the Fpra Redevelopment Agency, yes. And it's a very unique opportunity that we have right now. We're really trying to beautify our commercial corridors by launching this grant. And so let me just ask, is the portal open? Is the opportunity open now to fill out this paperwork?
Yes, the pre-application period is now open and is open until November 24th.
Okay, November 24th.
You can apply online or you can apply in person by contacting me at City Hall.
Okay, and so when you say facade grant, tell us a little bit about what this is and what the intention of this program is.
Sure. So the facade grant is to help enhance the aesthetics of the buildings of the Fpra district.
So make them look nicer if you want to fix them up, maybe with maybe some paint, or maybe you want to do the parking lot, or maybe some shrubbery around your commercial. That's what you mean by aesthetics?
Yes. So the building facades, the buildings of the exterior.
Right.
Also landscaping, irrigation, awnings or canopies.
Yes.
And then also some signage, if you'd like for signage, and even art installations.
So those are all the things that make a business look very attractive as people drive down and they say, oh, I didn't know that business was there. Maybe they want to add a sign, or if they want to really make it look welcoming and bring people into the business is what this is geared towards, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so you say it's available now online, or you can pick up the application by coming to City Hall?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. So how does this work then as far as this grant? Tell us, how that works.
So it's a reimbursable grant.
Okay.
So you'll apply, you'll have the pre-application.
Okay.
Once you submit your pre-application, we'll move you on to the next step if you qualify by making sure that you're in the Fpra district.
Okay.
And then also your property, being a business or non-profit organization, must be commercially zoned.
Yeah.
Once we make sure that you qualify, then we will issue the let you know that you can apply by submitting your application.
So you said a lot there, and I think, as we look at this, they must be in the Fpra zone.
Yes.
So what are some of the corridors and boundaries of the Fpra?
So the Fpra boundaries extend from Georgia Avenue to Avenue Q.
Okay.
And then from South Beach to 33rd Street.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's a nice little block there, and people will be able to see exactly what the Fpra zone looks like.
Correct.
And so your business must be in that triangle per se.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you also mentioned something about reimbursable, right?
Yes.
So does that mean that I would have to, just making sure people understand, they would expend whatever money, so they submit a plan. Let's say my plan is for $15,000 total that I want to do renovations to my building.
Correct.
How would that example work in this if I wanted to apply for $15,000 reimbursement?
Sure.
Yes.
So we would match up to $7,500 of the project cost.
Right.
The work has to be completed.
Okay.
And then once the work is completed, then we will reimburse you after all the work is done.
And I think that's the important part that I want the commercial property owners to understand. This is a reimbursable grant. You're going to have to expend that money first. And the good thing is that if you do the pre-application, you'll know if you're approved or not, because you'll simply say, hey, this fits within the price parameters or guidelines of what we have set aside. Because how much total money do we have totally to give out to businesses?
For commercial facade, we have a total of $100,000, and it can be the grants can be up to $25,000 matching.
Right.
So if you have a project for $50,000, we could match up to $25,000.
Okay, and that's very important, and that's why I wanted to really do this and have this interaction, because I wanted to make sure people understood exactly what it was. Sometimes people hear the word grant and they assume that, hey, I'm going to get the money up front to do the work. This works a little bit differently.
That's correct.
And that's really the most important part that I really wanted to make sure that the community understood.
Yes.
And so I thank you for taking the time to really talk to me about that, because we want to make sure that people understand the process.
Yes.
And that, they get the application as a pre-application.
Correct.
They fill it out and they can go from there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, they have up until what date to do this?
November 24th is the deadline to get in your pre-application, to submit your pre-application.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't thank you enough for sitting with me today, and welcome. Congratulations on the new opportunity.
I'm very excited.
I know you have some programs coming down the line. We'll probably come back and talk about some of the SHIP grants and the CDBG type opportunities. We'll talk about it as they roll forth. But Fort Pierce, it's been a pleasure to have you join us this morning. I'm Commissioner Curtis Johnson. We want to make sure you understood about the commercial facade grant. It's available right now. We're really looking to beautify the commercial corridors of Fort Pierce, so that as people come through those neighborhoods, they'll be able to recognize your businesses and patronize your businesses with the great services that you have. So look into this. Miriam and her staff, we're available to serve you, to make sure you get your applications in. And we want to make sure that we keep Fort Pierce beautiful, and this is one way that we ask your help. Thank you for joining me today.